Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to another deal reveal. Hope you're having an excellent day. I am coming to you live once again from Florida, the sunny state of Florida, and I am excited. Oh my God, so much happening here. I think I forgot my camera. There I am. Oh, yes, here I am. How are you doing? Are you excited? Let's get started. I told you I was going to bring you more Florida deals. So here we go. And you'll want to stay. We have never seen before footage for you to take a look at the end of today's deal reveal. All right. It's never been seen by anyone ever. I just got it like 10 minutes ago. And I'm excited to share it with you. So deal reveal, for those of you who are here for the very first time, it's an opportunity for us Canadians and foreign nationals especially to get excited because there are some tremendous opportunities in US real estate. But we have to be action takers. We have to move fast. We have to size up these opportunities quickly to not get pushed aside by someone who is faster, who is more prepared than us. And we're going to look at some opportunities that are radically different, sometimes from equity perspectives, sometimes from cash flow perspectives. Either way, we want to show you opportunities. And today we have the following property on the chopping block: 1405 Wexford Way, Champions Gate, Florida. So one of the neighbors, basically a couple streets away from last week's deal reveal. This is a single family home for $750,000, 750 USD dollars is the price tag attached to this opportunity. And let's see if you think this is a deal or no deal. So let us get started. We start off the same way as usual. We want to make sure the crime and the neighborhood is fine. I'm going to go really quickly. We're in these gated communities here. These are majestic properties, 8 bedrooms, 5 baths, almost 4,000 square feet here. And so basically that's all I need to take a look at when I'm considering these Florida properties. Next is, how much is this property worth, right? So we can go to Zillow, take a look. The Zestimate is 764,000 and they're asking 750. So that's already a good place to start. We already have a little bit, it seems, from this opinion being Zillow, that we are, buying a little bit under market value. Now you could dive deeper and look at all the 8.5s that are comparable and look at the price jump that's been happening this year in this market here. It's insane what we've been seeing in these communities. And actually, oh my goodness, there's already a pending sale happening at 750, which was the asking price. I got this property last week. It was submitted in, and it's already pending. I hope the person who submitted it has got it pending. Maybe they noticed that there was a discount on it. And so here we can look at other 8.5s to get a sense of what's happening. Here's a 9.5, just 1 bedroom more for $100,000 more. In these communities, what I've been seeing is about $100,000 per room. 7 bedrooms go for about 700, 8 bedrooms go for about 800, so forth. Quick rule of thumb, but it is what it is. Here's a 6 bedroom for 750, 6 bedroom for 625, right? Do we have any 8s? 7 for 749. This is an 8, a few less bathrooms, but an 8 bedroom for the same price as a 7 here. And remember, we're not looking long-term rentals on these properties. As you saw last week, I'm going to go straight into the short-term rentals for these. So the number of bedrooms and the number of beds in the property is actually quite important. So I'd much prefer this 8-bedroom, 5-bath at 750 than this 7-bedroom, 7-bath for 750. So that's basically what I'm going to say for now. We're basically paying full market or very close. That's what you're going to see here. That's on market deals. Great. Next is, how much cash flow can this make, right? And so we're not going to go to Rentometer. We are going to go to airdna.co. And we're going to, if you have a if you have a paid account, right, the subscription is fine. Like I have a paid account for this area. But if you don't, you can get some information for free by using the rentalizer function, which is the equivalent of rental meter, right? To get some kind of idea of how much income can this property generate. And so I'm going to, sometimes less is more. There it is, this property here. As much as possible, use the the auto populate functions of these algorithms. So we have here a 8-bedroom, so it's 6 plus, 5 bathroom, and in an 8-bedroom, you at least have a bed per room and double occupancy per bed. So at the very least, an 8-bedroom should sleep 16, but very easily you can bump this up by putting a sofa couch, by putting a bunk bed in a room, by putting 2 beds in a room. These are big properties, and so it's not a stretch to do ×2 + 2 in your number of guests, your maximum number of guests. So 8-bedroom ×2 is 16, + 2 is 18. So it's just a little rule that I do when I run these numbers here. So this property, if on average, properties like this one, 8-bedroom, 5-bath, 18 guests, are making about $80,000 a year in annual income. On average, it gets booked at about $365, and it's booked a little more than half the time. These are average numbers, okay? So we have here the pro forma and expenses. Now we have an idea of how much income can be generated on average, about $80,000 a year on average. And then what are the expenses for a short-term rental? Again, if you count the community development district fee and the HOA fees and all those little fees that come with it, figure budget at $10,000 a year for that. These are new communities and they're gated communities, which is why these two fees apply. If you were outside of gated communities and outside of new developments, these would not apply. Utilities we have to pay, so budget $5,000 for the spa, heating the spa and cooling down the house with the AC, etc. Water usage, maintenance. If you have a mortgage, which most people are not going to buy these cash, right? If you have a mortgage, figure, I'm giving you general numbers here. If you have a $600,000 mortgage at 5% interest, your mortgage payments are about $3,000 a month, $36,000 a year. Management at 20%, insurance at 3%, taxes at 8%. These numbers are not going to change very much property to property. Sure, the mortgage might be a little bit bigger, a little bit lower, and that might change a little bit, but compared to the $80,000 of income and the and let's do this again. I don't want to rush too fast, but let's add up the expenses on this particular deal. So we had the stuff, 10,000. We have the water and basically utilities at 5, maintenance at 3, the mortgage at 36, the insurance at 3, and the taxes at 8. So your base costs are about $65,000, and then there's your management fee at 20% of the rental income. All right, so 20% of your rental income, which on average is 80. Oh, we have $81,000 of expenses for $80,000 of income. We're negative cash flow $1,000 a year or $100 a month, right? Negative cash flow on this deal. What is the big game changer that we are not going to be average? Whoops, I kind of just said it. We are not going to be average going into these investment opportunities, because if you are, this is what's going to happen. Yes, you're paying $36,000 of mortgage that's paying for itself. So there's a good chunk of that that's going to principal. So you are saving, and these properties in Florida have been appreciating like crazy. So you do have two wealth building elements to buying a property like this, but there's no cash flow as it stands, okay? But what if this property didn't generate $80,000 a year? What if it generated $150,000 a year? How would your expenses change? Well, your fees, HOA, and community district development don't change. Your utilities don't change. Your maintenance doesn't change. Your mortgage doesn't change. Your insurance doesn't change, your taxes don't change. It's only the management that's going to change. So if you take 20% of 150,000 as your management expense, now your total expenses are 95,000 a year, but now you're bringing 150. So you are making $55,000 of cash flow a year, of cash flow on top of paying down the mortgage, tapping into what is likely some appreciation in this market, and having a property that is unbelievable. $55,000 of cash flow is almost $5,000 of cash flow a month from one opportunity. Okay. Now the difference is huge between that's right, Julio, we want to stand out. The difference is huge between just doing average. Don't do average, not in this market. You can do average in other markets in cash flow, but not in this one. And so this, we have to go into the top 10%, ideally the top 1%, and make some massive cash flow. And the reason Julio knows so much about it is he just took the decision to buy one of these properties in the next month and another one before the end of 2022. So fantastic. Congratulations, Julio. We are there to help you and get to you to that cash flow. So having said that, now, is this a deal or no deal? We seem to be buying a little bit at a discount. If you did average, you'd be average and not cash flow, or you bring it over the top and get some massive cash flow. Yes. What is the cost of not doing average? Absolutely. You're right, Danielle. Good question. We are going and we are proposing that you theme these properties near Disney, that you go above and beyond and you pick a theme. For example, the house that we're going to buy, and I'm going to show you in just a little bit, is going to be a Harry Potter themed house. And so we're going to go in and put everything Harry Potter in there. And that's what's going to differentiate it. And people are going to want to book JK's Harry Potter house. All right. And that's what's going to make the difference between $300 to $400 a night bookings to $800, $900, $1,000 a night bookings, sometimes $1,500 a night booking. Madness, madness. People are willing and excited to pay for a top quality and experience, right? Offer them an experience and they will come. So that was the deal reveal. Is it a deal or no deal? I didn't hear you shout out. Are we not convinced yet? Deal or no deal for you? Danielle, Heather says, not sure, really have to rent it. Not sure what you mean by that. But if you weren't there last week, you're going to get, I think, the answer to that, where management becomes important, marketing becomes important, and that's where we can definitely help you out. Lori says it's a deal. Danielle, you then need to add your not average expense to your calculation. That's right. That's right. For the purchase price, right? You have to buy it for $750 and then add another $75 up to $100,000 of non-average expenses. You're absolutely right, right? So that does calculate, it does factor in, but you're still making $55,000 of cash flow for a total, say, $850,000 investment. So you tell me if that's worth it for you. Is it a deal or no deal for you? Julio obviously is on board. Michael, depends also of the investment to do to aim the 95. Depends also of the investment. I'm not sure I understand, Michael. Danielle says it's too risky. Andre Louis Jean says not a deal. Okay, we got mixed opinions here. Michael, yes, could be 8 bedrooms for $750 plus to market it. The marketing is relied through the managers and through the booking platforms such as Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, personal websites, personal Facebook pages, and so forth. Hi there, Indira. Nice to have you here. And so, and interesting that we have some mixed opinions in the crowd here. Funny how that came about. I'm really excited. So that's okay. It's not for everyone. But you're right, Michael, the money we put in the property will increase its value on top of it and increase the income. So there's a double forced appreciation happening here, which will help on the back end refinance to get your money back out. So that is the deal reveal for today. I'm going to go and say this is a deal. I'm going to put the JK stamp of approval, provided that you go and differentiate yourself. These are the type of properties that we toured during our Epic Bus Tour Florida edition, which occurred 2 weekends ago. Julio was a part of it, as well as a few dozen more investors from Canada and the US who are excited to take on these opportunities. And so that's the deal reveal. I'm now going to explain to you how the management and the marketing happens on these properties. So if you've already attended this segment of the presentation, feel free to go on and buy your next property. If not, or if you'd like to hear it again, here it goes. And at the end of this, I want to show you the video that I promised you at the beginning of our deal reveal. It's brand new, hot off the press for you. So the cornerstone to this investment model is two things. You have to differentiate yourself, which is the theming side, and you need professional management with experience to oversee all the operations, because it's different from long-term rental real estate. And that's where we come in. JCT Florida Management LLC, DBA We Mind Management is here to help you. This is Janie, myself, and partners who are, with our years of experience in short-term rental management, are here to help. We are a technology-driven luxury short-term rental hosting and management company, meaning we don't take anything. We are taking a very narrow range of properties, 25 minutes from Disney, over 6 bedrooms and so forth. And it's very case by case if we're getting outside of that range. So we're being ultra niche as we get started here, luxury experiences. So we want to provide those experiences, an experience that guests will always remember and their kids will always remember. Hey, you remember that time we went to the Pirate House? You remember that time we went to the Harry Potter house? Wouldn't it be amazing? Let's see if it's still available. They're going to talk to their friends about it. Their friends are going to book, and it's going to be this positive viral effect on the properties. So these are properties that we manage in Canada and in the US. Now we have lots of experience in providing some experience to our guests, but nothing to the level of what we're talking about in Florida. So as you can see, they're nice, they're clean, they're efficient, they catch the eye, they're color themed and so forth. This is actually a property that we just launched last week in Cleveland, a short-term rental that's booking for about $300-400 a night in Cleveland. We bought this property for $25,000. Now we're all into it for about $80,000, but it's doing $300 a night. I mean, you just need to stand out. This is the Fun House in Cleveland. It's amazing. Congrats to Janie and our project manager Vincent for launching that last week. So we've been managing in Ottawa for years. We've been managing in Montreal for years. We've been managing in Toronto. We've been managing in Cleveland for years. And now we are in Florida and super excited to bring massive cash flow to our investors and their loved ones. So top end, there are properties near the one I just showed you that are generating $1 million a year. Now, granted, these are mansions with a very large amount of bedrooms and a whole different experience, right? But there are properties that are generating $1 million a year, okay? So that's the top end. It is amazing. This is the property that we should have closed yesterday. I got the confirmation that we're not. It'll be Monday. But this is the property that we are buying, 7 bedrooms, just under $700,000, very comparable to the one we just saw. And its numbers are similar. It's making about $90,000 a year on average. We're going to go in there, put $75,000 of theming, and we are going to go over the top, and we are going to double that amount, right? That's where the cash flow lives. Now, let's look at some properties that are more comparable. I showed you the top of the market. Some properties are making $1 million, but there are some 7 bedrooms, just like the one we're buying, making $400,000, making $300,000, $275,000. When I say I want to do 150, I'm not saying it's conservative, but it's a reasonable goal for what we're looking to do. We want to be in the top 10, top 5, top 1% of quality of experiential listings in the Disney area. So there are properties already doing it. And how are we going to manage to do that? Well, it's because we have the experience in professional management from 24/7 guest communication services. We're not just on Airbnb, we're not just on booking.com, we're on multiple platforms, and we have channel managers to make sure everything fits together for an optimal experience for guests and for the owner and for the manager. We have price optimization and booking optimization softwares and strategies to make sure people extend at good rates that offer promotional discounts in advance of low seasons, et cetera, et cetera. We obviously have our in-house interior design team, photography, 24-hour check-in and checkouts, no keys, everything is automated so that the guest doesn't have to worry about the check-in or checkout process either. We obviously handle all the cleaning coordination, all the cleaning quality control. If something needs to be fixed, we'll take care of it, all that. And we also, for some of our clients, we pay for their short-term rental insurance as well. Okay, we are next tier in our property management and what we offer because we want to stand out, right? We are going to have a huge, not pinball machine, what do you call this? Arcade, life-size arcade. This is not unrealistic for what we're looking to do here. We're going above and beyond to get the 1%. If you have a property that you're considering to buy, I've already bought the reports, and it's basically thousands of dollars a year to have these reports. And so this data. So if you have a property you'd like us to vet, to do some market due diligence for you, send us the address and we'll help you, we'll guide you through the process. If you're looking for properties, we can help you find properties. We want to get you into these type of toggle investment opportunities, meaning it can be a pure investment and you just make that cash flow, or you can decide, no, I want to use it this week or this month. And because it's a short-term rental model, you don't have to evict anybody to take possession. You just block it off in the calendar, enjoy the property with your loved ones, your friends, your family, and you can toggle between investment and lifestyle. Isn't that a beauty? And the kicker, oh, not quite yet. So there is a massive difference between doing a long-term rental, doing a short-term rental, trying to do it yourself and being half-ass at it, or really going above and beyond to hit the 1%. There are worlds of differences between this. We are in an A+ market for short-term rentals. The investability score is 100%, and we're not the only ones doing it. This is a good sign. It means the demand is very strong. And so long as we differentiate ourselves, the demand will always be there. We have macroeconomics all the way down to the microeconomics, and this is super important. The difference, this is the occupancy rates of the top 25% of hosts and managers versus people who are closer to the 50%, like best or worst, I guess 50%, half full, half empty. And then the bottom tier, people who really just do it all sideways. If we're in the top 25%, look how high our occupancy is year round in this market. This is 100% occupancy, and then it might dip to 90. Oh, this is a low month. On average, between the top 25 hosts, it goes down to 80% on the low end, right? The average market occupancy is 58, but our lowest will be around 80, okay? Because we know what we're doing here. These are markets that book 4 months in advance on average. Massive, massive. So we want you to take advantage of this opportunity. Running some quick numbers for you. Let's say we have an 85% occupancy year-round average, and the average daily rate is $500 a night. So that means every month is about 12,000, 13,000 of income coming in. So after our 20% management fee, because we basically do all the work, you get, that's the target. We want you to have over $10,000 a month of rental income after management fees. Compare that to having a traditional long-term renter who would rent this house for about $4,000 a month, and then you still have to subtract management fees, so you'd be around $3,500 a month comparing long-term with short-term in this market. There are definitely markets that are better for short-term than others and better for long term than others. That's why we're in different markets doing different things. So if this is something of interest to you, what kind of timeline can you expect? Well, day one, take a look at the opportunity, see if this is something you'd like to explore more. Then, if you're ready to jump on, sign on, well, review the documentation, sign the agreement, and then the next 2 months after you purchase the property is going to be to make it wow, to go over the top, to theme these properties, to provide experiences. Then after that, it's boom, 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 boom. We market it on all the platforms. We onboard it with our back office team to make sure they understand the property and they know the answers to all the questions the guests are going to answer. Hey, how do we turn on the barbecue? How do we turn on the spa? How do we unlock the door? What time can we check in? All that is part of the back office onboarding that we handle. So our goal is that 75 days after purchase, your property is up and running, giving you double to triple the net rental income in under 3 months. So that is the proposed launch timeline for you. It's always case by case, but that's what it is. One last thing. We are going to be managing a bunch of these properties, right? We are going to be helping a bunch of our community members access these type of properties. And so let's say you wanted to book your property, but it's booked 6 months in advance because it's so hot. Well, you will then be able to take a look with preferred access to other properties under our management of comparable, maybe even better value, like this one. Why not? Someone in our community might buy something like this, and you can maybe upgrade your stay to a property like this. So everyone in the pool of properties is benefiting from a type of timeshare experience from within. So even though you buy one, you might have access to 50, 100, 200 of these top-notch, top-rated properties. Why not, right? So hopefully that's also exciting. And so for those of you who this was really fast, and it was, but I'm going to be doing this week after week, showing you these opportunities. So those of you who haven't attended our blueprint, which gives you the basics, the foundations of buying in the US as a Canadian, I highly, highly encourage you to attend. It is coming up this month on the weekend of the 26th and the 27th is when we are going to do our next 2-day blueprint. And for the first time ever, we're going to have some new elements in that presentation that is going to blow your socks off. So here it comes. Ready for it? Here's the video I was telling you. You are the very first people to ever listen to it. So if you're interested, n4t.club/blueprint to secure your spot. Let me know what you think. Pretty cool. Now, I forgot to ask, but how epic is that? Who likes that? Right? JK is bringing the epic to your investments. Was there music? Was there music? I forgot to look if I was sharing my sound as well. Did you get the music with that? Or was it just the video? Okay, cool. Awesome. Super, super proud. Thank you, Trina. That was epic. You are doing an amazing job with us here. Thank you so much. So if you're interested, n4t.club/blueprint. That's how you secure your spot. You're going to start seeing a whole bunch of pop-ups on Facebook coming. We really want you to join the excitement, join the opportunity, and go get that cash flow that's just so hard to get in Canada. So if you have a deal that you'd like me to review, submit it. Go to our website and type in the address, the purchase price, any notes you want, and I will feature it. I'll put it in the queue, and I will feature it. We'll run through it to see the opportunities, if it's a deal or no deal. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Mikael. The blueprint is on March 26th, March 27th, Saba. So that's how you go. If you go to n40.club/blueprint, you're going to have the sign up with the dates and all of that. And actually, let me just write it up in the chat here so everybody can, doesn't have to write it down. Darn it. I don't have my slash. n4t.club/ gosh darn it, blueprint. Sorry, you can't click that, but that's what it is. Let's just see if there's any last minute comments here. Indira says, hey, that's my home. Did I miss you guys? Wonderful. Lori, how will your Harry Potter home appear on the first few pages of these multi-platforms without people having to scroll through all the listings? Are these platforms based on the algorithms? Example, best booking homes show up first. Yes, the high demand ones do show up first, but the pictures that come out of these properties are going to stand out by themselves. Plus, we know how to work the these platforms' algorithms to appear first. The more you get 5-star reviews, the more you're favored on the platforms. We will only basically get 5-star reviews, which helps. Mikael, I'm interested. I've never seen 100% occupancy in short-term rental. Wow. Yeah, it's not year-round occupancy, right? Those were month-by-month occupancies. But yes, you can definitely have 100% occupancies month after month. Even in our Quebec and in our Ontario ones, we do have that. Not always, can't guarantee it, but sometimes it happens, and it's like, oh, that was a good month. But yes, absolutely. And you have several short-term rentals. Wonderful, excellent. How did you do that with the closing of Disney during COVID? How did they do that with the closing? Yeah, that's the crazy part. Those numbers are based on historicals, which means last year's data, and even during COVID, even when Disney was closed, people were still traveling. It wasn't international travelers. It was travelers from inside the States or from inside Florida. People still want and love to travel. It was just a different clientele. And that is another reason we were so happy and convinced that this market is strong enough to support literally anything. So the short-term rental market is strong enough internally, excluding international travelers. So just amazing, just imagine what it's going to be when everything opens up and international travel is back to full swing. It's going to be banana bread. Yes, Lori, thank you. Yes, Wendy, yes, thank you. Heather, wow, so much love. You guys are amazing. All right, that's exciting. So many can do short-term rentals so much more effectively. Experiences everything. Yes, and so is great property management. Yes, yes, absolutely. Yes, Mikael, if you're interested, we do help every step of the way. We especially yes, the answer is yes, we're here to help. Beautiful. And Indira, absolutely, we ourselves, we can work together. There's people in our community who are willing to work together and do partnerships. There is a ton of opportunity across the board. So I went way over time today, but I think it's of interest. That's why people are blowing up in the chat here. Thank you so much. You are amazing. And remember, nothing happens if you do nothing. So this is your opportunity to do now for tomorrow. And thank you, Julio. Julio, tomorrow is now. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next week.